Hello everyone, FNAF TV here, once again with the making of series. This is the 6th episode, I think, after Scrap Baby, and today we're going to be working on the rest of the Phantoms that are not plushes yet. In this video, we'll be working on Phantom Chica, Phantom Mangle, and Phantom Puppet. If you just want to see a specific one, put the timestamp on the screen or something, I don't know. We're going to roll right into this. We're going to start with Phantom Chica, then Phantom Mangle, and then Phantom Puppet. So Phantom Chica is rather simple. In fact, this entire episode should be way more simpler than Yendo and Scrap Baby. These are customs that anyone can make. They shouldn't cost too much. We're just going to need, gray and black paint and white and black fabric and scissors, of course, and that's going to be about it for Phantom Chica. It's rather simple because the Phantom's designs are rather simple, so we're going to get right into this. The first step is actually rather simple and probably really obvious. We're going to have to paint her entire body green, and then we're going to go back over and put the burnt marks all over her with the black paint, because when looking at an image of Phantom Chica, she has a lot more burnt marks than any of the other Phantoms. And an hour later, we have Chica fully green. This takes forever, but it'll be worth it in the end. As you can see here that there's still green. Oh no! So yeah, like I was saying, we're gonna have to fix up this green paint around her eyes. I'm gonna just use the black paint for that. So yeah, I'm gonna let this dry. Admittedly, it does look weird because the beak has been made green. What you might be thinking is that, well, Phantom Chica isn't exactly green. I mean, technically, if you look at the image, you can actually still see, like, parts of the original Chica where she's yellow underneath. And technically, you would be right. Phantom Chica is basically just regular Chica, but with just black burnt marks and different eyes. But I wanted to just go ahead and make her green just to fit in with the rest of the Phantoms, and so she wouldn't stand out. But, yeah, she does look pretty weird, but it will look a lot more better whenever we add the burnt marks and the different silver eyes, or whatever you call them. Okay, I have painted the eyes black, and I also fixed up on the eyebrows, which had some bits of green on them. And also, as you can see, I've added the burnt marks on her bib. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rest of the burn marks on her body. Then it'll just be as simple as adding her new eyes. And then we'll move on to Phantom Mangle. There we go. I have officially painted on all of her burn marks, as you can see. It did not take a lot of time. It's way easier once you let the green paint on her dry, since now it can just go on there without having to combine with the green paint. So yeah, we're about 98% done. Now all we have to do is add her silver eyes, which is just a simple putting on combination of white and black fabric. And here we are. Phantom Chica is officially complete. When I said that I was going to use black fabric, scratch that, because it didn't end up working, like, at all. So instead I just drew on the irises with black Sharpie, and it probably looked way better than it was with the black fabric. So yeah, that's 1 out of 3. By the way, if you're ever wondering why I'm deciding to do all 3 in one video, it's just because it just probably wasn't necessary to do all 3 separate videos, since all these are so short to make. So I just wanted to put all of them in one video just for the sake of it and for convenience. So yeah, here's Phantom Chica. She took a while, but probably all 3 of these might take a while, except for Phantom Puppet. She doesn't really have a lot of details on her. But yeah, here is Phantom Chica, the watermelon herself. She looks pretty good. And yeah, now it's time for Phantom Mangle. Okay, now it's time for Phantom Mangle, and I'm going to be using a Toy Foxy plush for this, mainly because it's not as easy to come across Mangle plushes as it is for Toy Foxy plushes. So we're going to be using her, but if you want to use a Mangle plush, go ahead and do that. But I'm going to be using a Toy Foxy plush just because she's easier to come across these days. We're going to be using pretty much the same kind of materials that we did for Phantom Chica, but with some added materials for it. As you can see, pipe cleaners, because I'm going to be adding some wires on the Phantom Mangle, just because, she's Mangle, so you just have at least like 2 or 3 wires on her, on the plush. Gray fabric, because believe it or not, I'm actually going to try to make the endo head. I'm probably going to put it like somewhere on the shoulder right here. And as you can see, there's a bow tie right here, because Phantom Mangle does have one. This originally belonged to the Yendo custom. I'm not going to put it like fully like where it usually goes. I'm probably gonna like tilt it to the side, because as you can see, it's coming off of her, whatever that is. It's probably her neck or something like that. So I'm probably just gonna tilt it to the side whenever we're done painting her. So pretty much the same idea as Phantom Chica, paint her green, burnt marks, and then all the extra stuff like the endo head and the bow tie and all that. So yeah. Also, we're gonna get rid of her hair because Phantom Mangle does not have any hair tufts. There we go. The greenification of Mangle. Alright, so of course, we're gonna let this green paint dry. Then I'm gonna fix up on any areas that, need to be black. Of course, the nose has gotten some green paint on it, so I'm gonna fix that up. The eyes have a bit of green on them too. And so once I let this dry, fix up on the other mistakes that I may have made, I'm gonna color in her eyes black. And then, just like Phantom Chica, we're gonna add the burn marks, then the eyes, and then I'll probably do the endo head and the wires. Plus, I forgot to mention that I'm going to use the white fabric to give her sharp teeth instead of the stupid tongue that they gave her for some reason. I know it's supposed to be lips or something like that, but come on now. They're just lazy. And there we go. We added the burnt marks and her eyes. I also cut off the stupid tongue thing that's on there for some reason. And, yeah, she looks pretty good. And if I were to be cheap and say, oh, well, thanks for watching the best of... No, we're not going to do that. We're going to finish the rest of it. The first thing I'm going to do is add her teeth. I think I'm going to do, like, what they do for the nightmares and just kind of, like, have it line up across her entire snout. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So, yeah. And there we go. There's her set of teeth. If you had a Mangle plush, you didn't have to do this at all. So there's one benefit for you. So there we go. We have added her nightmare style teeth and it wraps around perfectly. Also use hot glue for this because I don't know how you would do this in any other way. So yeah, now I think the simplest thing to do before we do the endo head, which should be the final step, well, besides the bow tie, I'm going to do the wires. Really, she only has wires coming out of her ears. So we're going to use red and black pipe cleaners and they're going to come out of her ears. And so after that, I'll probably do the bow tie, and then last but not least, we'll do the endo head. So yeah. Alright, the wires are on. Super simple. Probably the simplest thing I've done because everything else has been painfully painful to do, pretty much. Next up, we're going to do the bow tie. I think I'm just going to put it somewhere in her chest area and just tilt it a little bit since it's tilted on the model. Yeah. Okay. Before I show you the endo head, lower your expectations. This is something that is not going to blow your mind. It is not going to look that great. This is something that Funko would make on a Phantom Mangle plush, even if they wanted to include the endo head, if they, for some reason, wanted to make a good plush for once. Are you ready? Here it is. There he is. He's not winking. Those are the wires. There you go. There's the endo head. You can tell me it sucks if you want to. It does look a little goofy, but I actually kind of like it. I went for the same style they do with Rockstar Foxy's Pirate or any other character with something on the shoulder. So, yeah, there's Phantom Mangle. She's got her endo head. I tried. You could say I tried. So, yeah. So, there you go. I actually really, really, really like this plush a lot. It's actually one of my new favorites. So, yeah, Phantom Mangle, 2 out of 3. Now it's time for Phantom Puppet, who is probably going to be the easiest one because she almost has no details on her. Finally, something easy. Okay, now it's time for Phantom Puppet. This is the easiest one out of the 3 that we've seen so far, mainly because most of her is covered in black, as you can see from this picture right here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to color in all of these white parts, the buttons and the stripes. We're just going to color these in black. I'm going to use a Sharpie for this because paint would just kind of like, I don't know, make it kind of a little bit more messy. That's what I did with Nightmarian, and it just doesn't make it feel as soft, so I'm just going to use a Sharpie instead. Alright, there we go. That was super simple. It was just coloring in all the white parts. Now, what's next is the mask, which I'd say, like, at least 2/3 of the mask is, like, burnt black. So I think I'm gonna use Sharpie again because it's a lot more easier than paint. It also makes the thing, like, a lot more softer, even though this is plastic. So yeah, I'm gonna do like at least like 2/3 of the mask black. Then I think like from like the forehead down, it'll be green. Okay, we have shaded in a majority of the mask. You might be wondering why I kept the tear marks in the cheeks. And originally I was gonna color over these because looking at the FNAF 3 model, it looks like that they're not really there anymore, or they're just barely visible. So for that, usually I only look at the official renders of the characters. I don't really like to look at fan models because they might over exaggerate things. So for this, I had to look at the FNAF World model. It's very low poly, but you can actually see that she still has the tear marks and the cheeks. However, she doesn't have her upper and bottom lips, so that's why I colored over those. So yeah, we're gonna keep the same colors. We're not gonna change the colors of the tear marks and cheeks. So now all it's left is I am gonna paint it. So we're gonna have to paint the rest of this part up here green. And there we go. I painted the rest of the mask green. It does look really, really weird looking. That's just because, this is painted on with plastic for the mask, so it looks really weird. But yeah, so once this green dries in a bit, I'll add like a couple burn marks. I don't want to oversaturate it with burn marks or anything. But yeah, now the last step is to just add the silver eyes. Also, I'm not gonna add the teeth that Phantom Puppet has in FNAF World because one, I think it would look really goofy on this plush, and she doesn't have teeth anyway in FNAF 3, so I don't know why Scott bothered to gave her teeth in FNAF World, so yeah. And there we go, Phantom Puppet's done. Now we have every Phantom that is not been made a plush by Funko for some reason, even though they're just simple recolors, with some of them having just simple withering on them. Anyway, we have all of them as plushes now, even though I don't have Phantom BB, but whatever. We have all of them as plushes now, so yeah. And there we go. We have everyone from FNAF 3. We've got the whole crew here from the game, except for Phantom BB, who's a Hot Topic exclusive. Just put a PNG of him right there. There we go. Now we got the entire crew from FNAF 3, even though Phantom Foxy looks like the odd one out here because everyone else is like the exact same shade of green. But whatever. Maybe if they actually made him look like Phantom Foxy, we wouldn't have this problem. So yeah, there you go. The making of episode 6. So there you go. The rest of the Phantoms. Thank you for watching. Tell me if the Endo Head sucks in the comments below. Okay, yeah, okay, there you go. Bye-bye.